Cortez from Wrestling Sport.
Thank you. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh, okay. Oh man, you look very pretty today, ladies. So I, I have three questions for. First, Deonna, many people describe you as the best female wrestler today, but what does this match against Mickie James at Bound for Glory mean to you? Would it be a dream match for you?
I was pretty clear a couple weeks ago that this isn't a dream match for me. I said that on Impact that there's a whole line of women that I prefer to wrestle that would be a dream match for me ahead of Mickie. So no, the answer is no. But the match is important because this is it's personal now, and I think. Last week, I showed that I'm willing to go any lengths to show how dominant of a champion I am, and that I can get in your head and play my mind games and show up where you least expect it. So, it's not a dream match for me, but apparently it is for some people. I know it is for Mickie.
This is interesting. So, Mickie, you are part of the Impact Wrestling history. You come back this year after 6 years, now you are behind the Knockouts title. So, what does it feel to become back to a company where you have made history?
It's amazing, and to be able to come back at Slammiversary and for the reaction and the response from the fans to be there and to be a part of that, and to even ask Deonna to be a part of Empower and to head that up, it's been really, really cool, and then to be able to go on forward now and to have a chance at the Knockouts Championship at Bound for Glory, which is a pay-per-view that I've been able to make history at before. But now, with so much time and space in between and how much the women's wrestling has evolved and the spotlight is really getting shown now, it's really, really cool. And it's a full circle moment for me. And I'm very, very excited. Very excited.
So finally, my last question is for you, Gail.
Yeah.
If we talk about history in Impact Wrestling, it's inevitable not to talk about you. So currently, how do you describe the Knockouts division in Impact compared to when you were an active female wrestler in the roster?
They're both very special to me, and I'm not just saying that. It's different being part of the roster and being part of that camaraderie within the locker room. But let me just tell you, this Knockouts division right now is just, I'm so proud to be able to be a part of it. I'm so proud to where we started in 2007 and where we are in 2021 right now. The fact that Impact Wrestling has always carried women's wrestling nonstop from 2007, we've never stopped, and continue that. And the women's division is just getting better and better with the amount of talented women out there on the scene. It's incredible. I mean, and the fact that we have this forbidden door open right now, that we have worked with NWA and had our talent over there and working back and forth. And we did the NWA Empower with the AEW girls as well. And it's just a great time to be a woman wrestler right now. And I'm going to say it, I think we're the best. I think the Knockouts division is the best, okay? I've never actually kind of played it down all the time, but consistently, the heart and the way that the company supports us, I couldn't have asked for anything better.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. So next, we're going to have James from that 90s Wrestling Podcast. James, are you there?
Yep. How you doing, Gail?
Hey, James.
Hello, James.
Hello.
Hiya. Question for each of you, if I've got the time. Start with you, Deonna. I remember having one of your first interviews when you joined Impact, and since then you've made the Knockouts division your own, and you faced many of the great Knockouts who is in Impact at the minute, and also some of the biggest legends of all time. So during this time, how proud of yourself of making all these matches happen, but also how... Sorry, I lost my words. How grateful are you to Impact Wrestling for giving you this platform to make all this happen?
Yeah, I think I'm probably the most proud person of myself because before I signed with Impact, I was in a place I didn't even know that I wanted to be a wrestler anymore. So to be able to come into a company and prove my worth not only to the wrestling world, but again to myself, is super special to me. The last 18 months with Impact have been mind-blowing, with the reception I've got, with the incredible things they've allowed me to do, and then, you know, the consistency I've had wrestling at the top of my game and really, you know, putting myself at the forefront of being one of the best in the world. That's all I've ever wanted, and Impact gave me the opportunity to do it. So, yeah, I am over the moon about how this entire journey has you know, started and then, you know, continues to grow.
Cool. And Mickie, you've got a storied career with TNA/Impact Wrestling, and you've been part of some great rosters in the past. So how does today's Knockouts roster compare to them, and how would you compare Deonna to champions of the past?
Well, I think the roster today is stronger than ever, and it just goes to show how far and how much women's wrestling has grown in the last, you know, decade or two. And I think the biggest difference maker is the amount of women on the other side of it, women like Gail or Medusa or Jazz or myself or Lisa Marie, all these that can provide knowledge to the generations before, where we didn't really have a lot of that. And women who are getting into wrestling to be wrestlers now, like that's the really, really cool difference maker. So it's just like the competitiveness and the edge is so, you know, the bar has been raised and it's going to keep getting raised. And so that's the most exciting part of it. And Deonna, as I've said, I've always said that she is an incredible champion and she's a remarkable competitor, and she's obviously a student of the game. And yeah, I'm excited about the match, and I know she's going to bring out the best in me. So I'm excited about it.
Awesome. And Gail?
Deonna has pushed a couple of our legends to the limit, so I don't expect...
Hired one of them. We haven't seen one of them since. You know, the longest...
I don't know if they actually said they were retired, though.
I don't know that anyone...
So I that. Really matter.
Yeah, you...
So, you know.
Getting a little messy. Okay.
And speaking of retired, Gail, the question was always going to come, and I might as well be the one who asked it. With all the great women's wrestling we've seen this past year, and all the tournaments from Ring of Honor, NWA, and obviously Knockouts Knockdown, what's going to be happening soon, is there a chance we might be seeing you strapping the boots back on and then having another run?
No.
Come on, we need it.
Well, listen. I never know what to say to this. It's just that I had a really great end to, you know, in terms of a personal, I think every wrestler, Deonna, Mickie, everyone, if you have your final match and you're very satisfied with that match, it's really hard to open that door again, because there's not many people who get to finish their careers where they feel at peace. That's my main reason.
Yeah.
I don't see the point of it, because I think there's great girls I can have matches with, but what's the point? I've had my time, right? So there's so many talented women out there. This is their time. This is their time to shine. This is their time to make magical moments. I've done that. I feel very satisfied. So, but I thank you. I'm very flattered.
Awesome. And good luck with Saturday, and good luck with Bound for Glory.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
So thanks, James. Okay, we're going to go to Ross now, who has a question from our Facebook page. Ross?
Oh,
what a fan
yeah.
question.
So first, I will say, actually, Gail, I'm surprised it took 45 minutes before we had that last question from James about your career. So this question is from...
Recording in progress.
What was your first match, and how did it set the stage for the rest of your career?
My very first match was in a VFW in Warren, New Jersey, for the company so they had the training school and then they run shows the first Friday of every month. And it was against a woman who had been wrestling in the Northeast, you know, maybe for, 10 or 12 years at that point. She was, established wrestling for all of the big women companies up that way. And for whatever reason, she wanted to break me in, and I was fortunate enough that we got to practice beforehand and get to, like roll around with each other and stuff before our actual match. And she dislocated my jaw. So heading into the match that weekend, I was terrified. And, I was 18 years old. I didn't know, who I was or what wrestling I would be doing or what to expect, how fans would react. I didn't have real gear. So I think I was a little timid and I was terrified and I cried. And so that definitely set the stage for, the first year of my wrestling. But I look back and I laugh at that little girl who was so in over her head and so scared to make an impression and to use her voice. Because that's not who I am now, but I learned that how I want to treat people that are new coming into wrestling and how we can make people feel more welcome and want to be a part of this. So it was definitely a learning experience.